I'm gonna tell you something that we was talking about a long time ago. This before the podcast shit. Phil said Giannis is gonna be the motherfucking man, and I looked at Phil's like, you don't know fucking sports, so I ain't listening to you.
You know what? You know what? That was prior to Giannis literally improving every single year. Because
Yeah.
back then he didn't have a jump shot.
Dude, Giannis, Giannis a fucking problem, G.
Yeah, of course. He is man. He
Like,
is officially a superstar because like he needed to win that championship in order to solidify his superstardom. He always been an all star. He always been a star, but there's not many superstars in the NBA all at one time. Because usually it's
You
roughly
gotta
maybe four or
also
five.
you gotta
But you,
also take into consideration his professionalism outside of basketball.
yeah,
Like,
well, that's because he's a foreigner and he's not into this whole U.S. AAU circuit in which everybody want to be buddy buddy and they want to play together. I mean, Giannis is like, no, fuck that. I mean, I'm gonna stay in Milwaukee, and if you want to join me, join me. If not,
then fuck it,
I don't want to join your team.
and you really start respecting that shit and looking like this motherfucker. Like you like that shit. I
Right.
love it. I can't lie.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't. Gee, I just want. I'm at that age now. Well, I ain't got no favorite players really. I just like a lot of good players. I like to see good basketball. But if they win, I'm not. I wouldn't be upset. If Milwaukee, I don't know who gonna come out. The East or the West. I mean, I like Golden State, but Phoenix, they really that damn good. Shit, Memphis really that damn good.
Yeah, they whooping ass without Ja Morant right now.
Without John Morant.
Yeah. Yeah.
So shit. Like I said, the playoffs gonna be really good. Shit, I would be. I like Boston. Well, I always kind of like, but I like Jason Tatum, and I think they got a good chance. It's shit. All of them got good chance. You just gotta get out here and see what's gonna happen now.
Yeah.
yeah.
Best 4 out of 7.
So you don't think the Bulls got a chance?
Not a chance in hell.
What happened with the Bulls, dude? I kind of stopped tuning in, man.
Um,
They like the 4th seed, and they only 4.5 games out. But they the type they can beat the shit. They beat the shit out of all the teams they're supposed to beat the shit out of. But the playoff teams, they ain't won the game.
Damn.
and plus they've been going through injuries. Like Caruso, he was out for a while. Lonzo is out.
Is Ball gonna play in the playoffs?
They had said something about a setback in his rehab, so I'm not even sure.
If he was playing, I really think they would be a better team.
Yeah, yeah,
The way he pushed it up and down the court. But
yeah. He's a good passer, so and his outside jump shooting has improved in the last couple of years. So and yeah,
yeah.
yeah, them lose to Caruso for like that amount of time. That definitely hurt their defense overall. So,
All right, let's get it cracking, man. Start it up.
all right. All right, what is going on, people? This is a Corner Store Podcast, episode 63. Subscribe, like, comment, and share the content. Follow us on YouTube, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. So, fellas, episode 63. How y'all doing? How was y'all weekend?
What's up, G? Good, good. I lay low, chill with the family. What about you, Phil?
Oh man, same thing, bro. Just kind of got out for a hot second to enjoy this beautiful Phoenix weather. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it was a chill weekend, man.
You and the wife look nice out there, man. For real.
Man, I thought it was gonna be one thing. It turned into something else. It ended up being a real beautiful day, though, man. I was real happy. Shout
So,
out
who
to the Weston.
who was in town last weekend?
My wife's aunt was in town last weekend. They came kind of weird days. They came like Sunday and left a Wednesday. Uh,
Yeah.
Oh,
but they
okay.
came and stayed in Scottsdale, Parlay. We had dinner with them a couple nights, and they got out to see some stuff in the city and went on some tours and stuff like that. And
That's cool.
yeah, they just a little quick little dip in, dip out.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
what's
cool.
up.
Yeah, cool, man. Well, it was just me and E last week, bro, and we kind of talked about the whole slap situation. So we're like 1 week removed from that whole controversy. So now, what are your thoughts? Like, tell us your thoughts when you first heard it, and as the week went on, did your thoughts ever change?
Or sway. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that when I first saw it, to me it looked fake. But then if you take away that aspect from it and just really see if as if it was a real thing that really happened, I always say this: you can't get mad at a person and how they react to you. You can only get mad at how you if you can only control what you do. You can't control what somebody else do.
Mm.
So Will came up there and slapped him. That was a reaction he was gonna have. You don't know. He might have had that same reaction in any other circumstance. You don't know, but you can't be mad at him for being angry. That's just the way he lashed out. Could he have done it a different way? Of course he could have. But I would probably say most people were saying that his wife's leverage over him or whatever she have over him led him to have that reaction. Because
You believe that?
I mean I think it has some merit because he was laughing at the joke.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
He was
That's
laughing.
that's all I swear. That's all I got to hear from you.
But at the same time, though, if I was in that same situation, I I might have found something funny that my wife didn't. So if I would have looked at my wife and saw that she was upset, I have to do that whether she got power over me or not.
No. As soon as if I see a joke, trust me, and it pissed off, okay, I would change my demeanor. But guess what?
You only got to do
Mika's
that
supposed to stop me from going up there and whooping that nigga ass too.
That's what should have happened. As soon as he stood up, you know what I'm saying? If she thought it was in him to do that though, because she may have not thought it was in him to do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what
we all didn't think
agree.
that.
She might, and that's what Mr. said something so strong to me, and it's still sticking with me. When he was like, maybe Will felt like that was his Tupac moment for her. Maybe he felt he had to be a little gangster for once, cause maybe she think he a bitch. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Even doing that with the lifestyle, all that bullshit. And Mr. said it was so strong. It's like we always talk about a lot of shit here. We have our moments when we goofy, when we funny, when we serious, but when we strong, and it was so strong because I damn near could feel Will being upset, but not at so much Chris Rock. Because even Charlemagne, I was telling Mister, even Charlemagne, and I don't fuck with Charlemagne at all. Not really. He don't do it for me. But he was like, he been a motherfucking to a specialist and talk to therapists or whatever. And even they would say like that slap was way more.
Yeah.
Just that joke.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that because I mean you got to look at how his initial reaction was, how his demeanor changed to him walking up there, after it happened, him coming back, and then all of the shouting. Like you can't, even if you're doing this on behalf of your wife, you shouldn't be having an emotional reaction to it.
Right. He had two separate reactions. First, he was laughing. He slapped him. Then he came back and had this whole like devilish look to him, like screaming at
Right.
Chris Rock. Out of all people, he screamed that shit to Chris Rock. And I mean, obviously they are very good friends.
They're not good friends.
They are. They decent friends.
They have,
Hey, did y'all
No,
see? Did you see when he
they
was
have
hugging
many
him and
pictures
apologizing
together.
to him?
They got many pictures together.
they black celebrities, but they're gonna have pictures together.
Right.
But they have past too, in over similar circumstances.
Okay, so are you talking about the 2016 Oscars?
I think it was the 2016
Yeah.
Oscars.
But dude,
I mean,
I'm not
gonna
y'all.
I ain't gonna justify anything he did because the thing is, to me, some snapped in Will. That wasn't Will Smith's. That's not the Will Smith that Hollywood knows, obviously.
That's not the Will Smith I think any of us know.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, it's him though. He didn't turn into somebody different. That's somebody he always been. We just never seen it.
Maybe, yeah.
So it came out, and then when it came out, now he's dealing with all the emotions tied to what happened, and all the emotions. Now he's already thinking ahead. Okay, now I got to deal with all of this bullshit that's gonna happen. And then you know what I'm saying? You nominated for an Oscar. You in a room full of people. You don't know if security gonna come snatch your ass up. Like it's a whole lot of things that's gonna be going through his mind immediately.
After he did what he did, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, how do I deal with all of this? And you go back to your seat and you start yelling really to justify what you just did.
He had no choice but to. I
He
mean,
had to show
he totally
that
broke protocol.
he broke protocol. So he had to, him yelling was just to try and paint the picture of why he did what he did.
Right. I mean, we all knew it was a bullshit reason. I mean, yes, it was a justified feeling that he had because he was protecting his wife's honor. But as far as the execution of going up there at the Oscars and assaulting a paid entertainer for the Oscars, that's just a no go.
Yeah, he had to justify it and make it seem like it was a lot bigger to him than it actually was. And then immediately he's a grown man. He's a smart man. He know he fucked up. So he got to do something to make it seem like, okay, I fucked up, but look what this nigga did. Basically, he don't keep your name out my wife. He blowing this shit up so everybody can
right.
Justify.
He know this shit is on him, so now he gotta come and try to shift this shit on Chris.
Exactly.
Right.
Hey, and it worked the first couple of days.
It did.
After a while, people like, you know what? Hey, did y'all see his brother Tony?
Oh yeah, Tony Rock was going in.
He said, if you come up here on stage, just know you finna get these if you come up here on stage. He said, motherfucker, smack my motherfucking brother over his bitch. He called Jada all bitches and shit. And he was like, like he said, man, we got a lot of brothers. It's 10 of us.
It's like 10 of us. Yeah.
He's like, man. He said when he said, man, he looked like he want us, he want the rocks. He said, shit, we gonna have to handle that shit. And it was like, no matter what, Joe, like you say, they could have been friends, even if they wasn't, Hollywood acquaintances and shit like that. If Chris Rock my brother, or somebody smack one of y'all, G, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's really a problem. And it's like, mentally, I don't know how I would handle it. If somebody smack one, I was like, dude, we gotta die.
Well, I mean, now, then that being said, this is my thing. This is my thing that made me still think I still hasn't registered it. It's real.
Right.
Will Smith is a big dude. He not no dude. He take care of his body. His whole
he
he already what he like 6'2", 6'3"?
6'1", 6'2", yeah.
He's 6'2".
Yeah, he a big nigga, man.
Chris Rock head should have came off.
Chris Rock, he literally absorbed the whole impact of that slap.
Yeah, when they slowed it down, he was like, whoa. He hit him. But like Puffy said, hey, I'm just gonna tell y'all this. Chris Rock got a hell of a chin.
Yeah.
So everybody heard it. Like, he smacked the shit out this nigga, dude. But
I'm still though, I want to see the pictures of Chris Rock face. Because Will Smith, they show bruises or something?
No, they didn't really show the bruise. They showed the smacking, how he was like shit. Like,
right, that's what I'm saying though. He smacked him hard as hell, and Will Smith is a big dude. His hand had to be like,
hey.
It won't be much bruising.
And you know what's fucked up though? He might have not even smacked him with that much force as he probably could have.
Right. True.
True. He still smacked the shit out of him. Hey, I mean that's what Chris Rock said. He said, "Damn, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me."
and like for him to have that much poise to like finish the rest of the presentation, I mean, yes, he was kind of he was
like
wrecked.
When he had to pass the award to the people, he was flustered, G.
Yeah, just to do that on national TV in front of a whole bunch of people that's richer than him on the front row. I mean, that got to be a very embarrassing moment.
Dude, you embarrassed, G.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I mean,
that's just also man shit. That all pure man shit, right? Another man just slapped you and walked away. Like, Will didn't even bother looking back just to see if he was gonna come after him. He smacked him and then just walked down to a seat.
He smacked
Hey,
the shit out of him like he a gangster.
I was just gonna say that low key is gangster, but it's gangster for some street shit like that to happen, not at the awards.
Yeah.
Now some street shit, you looking like, damn, nigga, he ain't even look back, nigga.
he just turned around and walked back like.
Hey, made sure his suit was straight. Remember his jacket?
Right.
I said, this motherfucker, how you slap the shit out of somebody and you gotta make sure you look good coming back down the motherfucking stairs?
Man, now to her, he done removed himself from the Oscars.
Yeah, he has. So he can still do movies, but he won't never. He probably won't be nominated. And then they said, I know he was doing some movie with Netflix, and they just held out on it right now. They ain't say they not gonna go back through it, but right now they on a pause.
It's on pause. Yeah, yeah.
Man,
What he does
doing that movie with Will.
Huh?
Fuck on that.
People
get smacked every day, B.
Man, people get
smacked for less. B.
People get smacked for less every day, B.
Now, y'all better stay above Will. Will just let y'all know I might have emotional problems, and my wife's home shit might not be all that good to you, but I still slap the shit out of me.
Hey, and I guarantee you, niggas ain't gonna never try him again.
Hey, it ain't his first time slapping no nigga in public either.
Probably ain't.
Remember he slapped the dude, right?
Oh yeah,
because Jay-Z was He's talking about what he said. I was watching that on Twitter, and Will was like Jay-Z had called him. It was like he had Jay-Z voice down and everything. He's like, dude, I might not even make it to the awards. We still too busy. He said, no, Beyonce was performing. Beyonce had a concert that night. He was like, I can't stop watching this and laughing, like this and that. Like, oh my God, Will. And like, that's what I say. Hey, you ain't gonna try his ass. That I do know.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna try his ass.
Yeah, but the thing is though, like, yes, men are not gonna try him because we now see like a track record. Yeah, he will slap the shit out of you, but at the same time, his wife, the ones he been married to for the past 25 years, I don't think she still respects him. Will has caused all this agony. He allowed her to kind of like be the super alpha in his household. And for her to like embarrass him like this for the past couple of years, like first at the whole entanglement thing. Second, she wrote an open letter to Tupac. And third, she insinuated how he don't put it down in the bedroom like that. Like she constantly push shit out there to the media, like just to embarrass this man.
Dude, that shit about the sex, that shit should have never got out, man.
Hey.
Like you were saying, Phil. I mean, everybody know we love this shit. I mean, we know that they've been in this lifestyle for so long, yada yada yada. But god damn, man, now you saying, the sex ain't all, and Phil, that shit builds up, y'all. Like, knock on wood. I mean, I'm with one person now, but I ain't never had no woman talk about it. Nobody came back and said physically, he couldn't perform right. But dude, that do more. That fucks up a man's ego. Period. Nigga, if I think about it, I feel salty. So think about the motherfuckers that get it told to.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I just be looking like, what the fuck? Like what? Like I said, I feel for the disease, the alopecia. I do. I mean, that's a disease when women go through everything. Women love their hair. I understand that.
For the
shit.
record, alopecia is not this whole death sentence type of disease that women get. I mean, it's just some little shit that like your hair just fall out. I mean, what's so bad about that? I mean,
it's
obviously,
a disease though, because women love their hair. Now, Mr. Slow,
you can say
love
that
their hair.
And you
women love their fucking hair, dude. It's like, motherfucker, it's easy for you to go bald, nigga. But for them, that they love, and believe it or not, she had really good hair.
Yeah, but she looks good bald, and plus women, women wear wigs and weaves.
The bitch can pull it off, but for her personal, it ain't like she want to pull it off. So I can't go with you there, G. It's like,
No, she actually had an Instagram post where she said something about, oh yeah, I mean, if you go talk smack about my bald head, I love this bald head. I mean, she actually told the world
You
that
gotta right, but you gotta embrace this shit. But it's not like that's what she wanna do though, Mister.
she had no choice though.
Right, she ain't got no choice. Cause it's a fucking disease, nigga. So if she don't have a choice about the matter, ain't nothing that's trust me, that's her no more than anything.
I get it, but it's not DEFCON 1 though. It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal to you, Rob. To women, it's a big fucking deal.
It don't matter if it's a big deal to you, Rob. It's a big deal to her.
Right, and it's a big deal to women all over.
If you woke up tomorrow and your ears start falling off, somebody out there with no ears look. If you woke up tomorrow and your ears start falling off, there's somebody out there with ears that's gonna look at you like, man, it ain't even that big a deal. Your ass gonna be looking in the mirror like, oh shit, oh my god.
And somebody look at you like that shit ain't a big deal.
You gonna put your hood on, nigga.
I'll be walking around like this for the rest of my life.
Right. And gotta support, and you gotta stick with that shit. But it's still something that happened. So that's all I'm saying. I just, from her point of view, I understood that. But everything else, like she living with that. I can respect and understand what she going through. But the lifestyle she leading and the shit she putting her husband through is the bullshit.
Yeah, she really has been on some bullshit. I'm tripping though now, like all of these, like apparently celebrities or other people coming out talking about how bad he was on set now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people coming out of the woodworks trying to drag him. Like, I ain't never heard anything like that about Will Smith.
I mean, he's the only sane person in that whole family. I mean, the kids are kind of jacked up, and Jada, she has her issues, and Will, up to this point.
Now, the older son, the son that ain't hers, he cool.
Oh, yeah, you right. You don't hear about him at all. But, okay, Jada, Willow, and Jaden. Will Smith has been like the most sane person ever since we've known Will Smith. That's all I'm saying.
Even with a family like that, he still held it together.
Oh,
and and see, that's what I'm telling you. All that shit built up, and he snapped, G. Like you said, it could have been anybody that night. Mm-hmm. And they said some shit. And the thing was, he was laughing at the joke. But guess what? She rolled her fucking eyes, G. But like I say, she rolled her eyes, but as quick as she rolled them, she's supposed to grab them and say, "No, baby, we'll handle this shit afterwards."
Right.
Now,
but I mean, that's the thing, though. It's Will Smith. So are you thinking, oh, this Will finna go fuck him up, or are you thinking, oh, Will finna go up there and do some Oscar-winning comedy or some shit? You know what I'm saying? That's what you think is gonna happen. So you're not finna grab him because it's so unexpected and a characteristic of him to do something like that at this grand of a stage. So I can see why nobody stopped him.
And guess what? And still, that's why I say Mr. Shit is so strong, because that's what shit Tupac would have did. Like, we don't have no argument on that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Smack the shit out that nigga.
But we also don't know what they was talking about before the Grammy, before the Oscars started. We don't know what that personal conversation was on the way to the Oscars. It could have been talking about Chris Rock.
Or they could have just been.
She could have said some shit like, when we get up here, this motherfucker better not say nothing about me this time. La da 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 da. And Will was like, yeah, baby, you know, yeah. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? And then he got up there, he ha ha ha, and then it clicked like, oh shit, she was just talking about this in the car. Let me do something about it.
Talk about this shit.
You never know, man.
But the punishment didn't like meet the criteria of a Chris Rock's joke, though. I mean, all he mentioned, like, hey, you know, can't wait to see G.I. Jane 2. I thought that was like the most harmless, you know, joke that he can even say to her that has nothing to do with alopecia. It was really on her bald head. Maybe he didn't know she had alopecia.
I mean, he was super corny.
First off, they showed the white lady, Meek was showing me that he was reading that shit off the teleprompter. And he says, Jada, I love you. Because he knew she had it. And he probably read the joke and didn't agree with it. He didn't even write the fucking joke, but he got smacked for it.
Now, do y'all think that Will should have given him some type of like verbal warning or like a
He
hand
might have.
signal?
Yeah.
I think he did, honestly, because if you look at his approach and where his hand came from on the smack, it was some TV shit. It wasn't no street shit. That was not no regular "I'm finna fuck you up" smack. That was some quick.
I challenge you to a duel.
Yeah. He pulled his glove out and smacked it. I mean, he came up from the hip.
But like I said, when you do that shit, like Charlie Murphy said, when you smack, when it was fashionable, and they did that, they would have a gunfight after that shit, dude. They would back to back.
Murphy
said, turn around, shoot, nigga.
I mean, even Charlie Murphy said during that skit, like, man, like you just don't smack a man.
You don't smack a man.
That is so disrespectful.
Hey, he said, what did the 5 fingers say to the face? Smack. Gee,
and then Charlie Murphy was just stalking him for the rest of that episode. It was just so hilarious. So
it's the best episode ever.
Now, like they had went to some Saga awards like early this year, right? And Laverne Cox was interviewing them. And once the interview was done, she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to a red table. Hopefully, no more entanglements." And then Will had to laugh the shit off. I'm sure he was pissed off about her mentioning entanglements during an interview.
But dude, that's what I'm telling you. But that's what I'm telling your ass niggas.
You said what?
She like we said, how she's such an easy target. She the one who got
he should have because he'd be smacking a man. He'd be smacking a man.
Huh?
Wow.
So she talking about, so she want to do a red table about the shit. Now everybody gonna watch it.
Who want to do a red table about
it? Jada.
She mentioned it.
Yeah.
Of course she want to do it. She want to. What the fuck is the point of her red table anyway? What's the end game with this? Because it's such a small scale thing. Even gets a whole lot of attention, obviously, but it's not like it's some huge media production where she's making billions of dollars off of it.
Right.
What's she doing this shit for?
Oh, I'm pretty sure
everybody nice gonna tune in. And it's like, it's one of those situations, y'all been in something like, y'all know this bullshit, you don't want to watch it, but you somewhat gotta watch it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, don't nobody want to watch this bullshit, but I'm gonna watch it. Because I want to know what the fuck she got to say. And if I was Chris, I don't know if Chris gonna go in there or not. But
Chris, she want to invite Chris Rock to the table.
I don't know if she do what she do.
Smack me on national television. If we go on TV, I'm smacking your ass.
Like if I was Chris Rock, my condition on going to her show is that I should get all the proceeds that she's gonna make from that show.
And give it to give it to whoever my you know what I'm saying. I want to give it to
his charity,
her foundation, whatever. Just whatever I want to. Yeah,
that's all my money. Fuck a charity.
But I would do that.
Smack. I'm sure there's some money getting passed under the table for that shit.
Probably will. Yeah.
Yeah, but it seems like with that red table talk though, like. It seems to me that for whatever reason, like women who go on that show, they kind of like push shit out there to kind of embarrass their husbands. Because Aisha Curry went on there talking about how, well, I don't feel sexy because all the women want Steph Curry and he gets all this attention. And I'm just this old, dainty wife at home and no one really pays me any attention. I mean, out of respect for Steph Curry, that's why no one try to step on her DMs.
Right. And she don't even understand that.
Right.
I don't even want to talk about that because she is fine in a motherfucker. I love her to death. But to me, let's all make quotes too. When we speaking on this show, everybody's opinions are their own fucking opinions. But honestly, G, like Mr. said, she didn't have to say that, y'all.
Nah.
She didn't have to say that.
Yeah.
That's these inexperienced people, and I'm not just gonna say it's just women, it's just people in general, and not knowing what's appropriate and inappropriate to say about your spouse. Just shut the fuck up. Just stop. Don't talk about them. Keep that shit out your conversation. There's no reason why if somebody asks me something about my wife, if I don't have a positive answer, I'm just not gonna answer the question. I'm gonna defer to something else.
Right.
I'm not gonna. If it's there's a place for you to have a emotional conversation about somebody you struggling to deal with, and that's in private. You either do it with them or you hire somebody to talk your ass through some shit. But you don't share that shit with the rest of the world. And that's the problem right now is society is so used to everybody spilling their fucking business and their guts on social media that they don't know how to properly maintain their own emotional situation because everybody else deals with their shit in public, so they feel like they have to deal with their shit in public. So they just naive, man. This is a repercussion of all of these stupid ass people sharing too much fucking information about themselves.
And also Jada's mom was on there as well, and the way that she shared the story was like when her dad, Jada's dad, wanted to have sex. It was like some instances which like she didn't feel like it, but she kind of gave it to him anyway. Basically, she was like saying that she felt like she was raped. And she said that shit on a Red Table Talk. I'm like, are you serious?
If every husband waited until his wife decided she wanted to have sex, then every husband would be cheating on their fucking wife. You gonna have to turn your ass over and get that booty up sometimes. You ain't gonna want to do it. That's not rape. That's a responsibility.
That's duty.
Hey, your due diligence, goddamn it.
Exactly. That's just something you're gonna have to understand as a part of this relationship. Sometimes you're not gonna want to do it. Sometimes he's not gonna want to take that trash out or carry them fucking laundry bags or
do it any fucking way.
But you expect him to still do that shit. And even if the tables was turned, you're gonna expect him to, you know what I'm saying, throw you down and take care of his business. And if he don't do that shit, then what? Oh, it's a fucking problem. Oh, something wrong with me? You don't like me no more? What that then he gotta do that shit, right?
Who is that bitch? Who you fucking because you ain't fucking me? I'm loving y'all today. I'm loving y'all today for real.
Hey, did y'all happen to catch?
Saying I condone raping your wife because I'm just saying that's not raping your wife.
But that's what this the saying. It's like, and when you on that show, it seems like they demean guys or it's our fault. Yeah, now, she do this show default. And she put and it fall on Will. If I was Will, I'll leave her ass.
Yeah, I think their thing kind of ran its course. I mean, it took to me looking from the outside in, it got more toxic than what it should be. And
exactly.
Will clearly needs help. He should be seeking therapy. Hopefully, he's seeking therapy. Because he's gonna constantly get all these jokes, because actually comedians is probably gonna even target him even more after this.
I mean, they just they did a joke this
they did an SNL skit,
a little something. I'm finna give this for the Grammys tonight. Mm-hmm. So Trevor Noah said a little something that was cute. It was funny, but nigga, y'all will talk like this shit not gonna go away no time soon, because regardless of how we look at it, they still in the limelight. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he was on his way down. His career was going down and he did some shit like this. Like, he's still at his apex, really. I mean, the motherfucker won the Oscar. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This nigga's at his apex. And all these years, we can do the swinging shit. We can do, look, like I told Mr. Last week, feel like, niggas, we understand the shit. But, bitch, you up here bringing your son's friends, you fucking on them, knowing they can't handle that shit. Ain't no 21. I don't give a fuck how much money he got. 20-year-old fucking vet that's 40 plus, damn near 50, and know what the fuck she doing. Like I said, when I'm talking about Jada, I ain't never said she was unattractive. She very sexy, beautiful woman, even at her age now. And she whipping it on this little young nigga. He gonna fall in love. Niggas, hood niggas will fall in for.
See, the thing is, like, we talking a lot of shit, like, and Will, I'm pretty sure Will already has somebody he talks to, therapist or whatever, but the problem ain't even him. Like, I think that anybody in his situation who has come from what he's come from in his past to really want to have a stable family situation and hold that together with everything he has, that is a lot of pressure for him. And I think that anybody in that situation will probably deal with it the same way or similar to how he's dealing with it. The problem is her ass is fucking crazy. And ain't nobody talking about that. She's the driving force behind all of this shit. Something fucking wrong with her.
She keeping up the shits.
I mean, you think about it, right? The red table is her sitting and talking to everybody else. That's her therapy session. She's telling everybody she's crazy.
Yeah, she comes off as she got all the answers, like she's an expert.
Yeah, but she's the one that's crazy.
Right.
She's going and telling everybody all of her business. That's what you do in a therapy session. She's the fucking crazy one.
No argument.
Nobody's thinking about it like that.
No, I'm not arguing with you. I thought about it like that.
Yeah. But it's not. But everybody looks at her as, oh, she's so elegant and graceful. No, that bitch is crazy. No. If she was in love with Tupac, that was a dead giveaway.
See, if she was in the hood, you'll look around like she the reason why a couple of niggas dead or a couple of niggas in jail.
Exactly.
That's all.
That's it.
Well, shout out to Chris Rock because he actually kept him out of jail that night because LAPD came and they was ready to arrest him.
Oh, yeah, they was going to take his ass, G.
Yeah, but Chris Rock, he cut off the dog. So, I mean, honestly, he was the bigger man. Obviously, he was very embarrassed.
Much bigger man.
Yeah, he was very embarrassed. And he probably didn't even speak to Will after the incident.
They did. They hugged. He talked to him. They got the video.
Oh, okay.
When it was over, he tugged him. He hugged him. But he's still Chris Rock said at his Boston concert, he's been doing his world tour, and they gave him a 2-minute standing ovation and everything. And he said, "I am gonna joke and talk, but he said, how was everybody weekend?" So he started off with a joke, right? He said, but he still got to process. He said, "Believe you me, I'm gonna talk about it, but let me process everything, cause he gonna make jokes about it, and he'll do it." Like a la elegant and not really push Jada face in the ground like he would have. Because if I was Chris Rock, we've been saying all night, it wasn't Will, folks. You know what I'm saying? It was Will, but it was a puppet master type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Man, Chris, man, he real solid for the way he dealt with it. Because I think immediately he saw, this ain't Will. Something wrong here.
Yeah.
Man, you know what I'm saying? And that's where, like you say, he took the high road. You know what I'm saying? He took the highest road you could take. Because any man in that situation, obviously, most men would have reacted differently. And it would have been a problem. We wouldn't have finished that show. It wouldn't have been no Oscars.
The war's been fucked up. Because when I dove after that nigga, when I saw him going down for the stairs, I'd have knocked him down them stairs. I'd have been
man, he definitely pushed off that motherfucker. It would have been a problem.
But hey, nigga, but if he going down the stairs, I'm gonna catch him off balance. I know he's a big nigga. So I'm
just don't push that nigga. He's gonna fall and fuck himself up, and it's over from there.
Hey, me and Miss was trying to think of comedians, and we said Jamie Foxx, G. We say if Jamie would have did that and he slapped Jamie would have boxed, G.
Jamie would have boxed, and
Jamie would have boxed, G.
Jamie would have roasted the hell out of Jada Pinkett for like 5 minutes straight.
They would have had to come. They would have come get the Sandman to get that nigga off. Hey, they would need the Sandman to get him off the stage because he still be talking about that bitch. Right?
Yeah, because like the only ones I could think of that would have just been roasted nonstop would be Jamie Foxx and probably T.K. Kirkland.
I'm trying to think if it could be one more. Cat Williams, but he would never be at the Oscars.
Cat Williams' head would have been in the audience somewhere.
Right, I'm just thinking of a motherfucker that would be at the Oscars.
You know what? TK, he probably wouldn't be at the Oscars either. I mean,
Jamie
Foxx would be there.
So, like you said, you got to go Jamie or Kevin Hart. or something to that extent. You
I mean,
know
if that was
that.
Kevin Hart, he would have knocked him out cold off that slap. Because I mean, Kevin Hart
Mm.
only what 5'4".
Her
Nah, he
swallow.
shorter than me, nigga. He about 5'2",
You know what?
5'3".
You know what? Kevin do got that low center of gravity where he just
But
solid.
dude, if he smacked the shit out of Kevin Hart, I could see his little legs in the air twirling. Gee,
But
he
I
just
don't,
smacked.
I don't think Chris Rock that much bigger or taller than Kevin Hart though, is
Yeah, man. Chris Rock about 5'10".
He about 5'10".
He just thin, man. He a tall cat though.
Yeah.
You
Now,
can drop a bomb on it, Mister. We got what we needed off that shit, man.
all right. Now, y'all been giving me shit for like the past couple years because y'all be calling me a Republican, this and that. Like to me, I really don't care who got a D or R next to their name. I just focus on the issues. So I'm just a free agent. I'm just an independent. So I kind of want to ask y'all some questions just to kind of gauge y'all whole political, landscape, just to kind of see if y'all are some real Democrats,
I didn't say
or
I was a
or
Democrat.
or
I'm
or
voting
are
for
y'all some
whoever
real
makes.
Republicans?
I'm gonna vote for whoever I think can fill the job.
Okay, well, I still want to ask y'all just to kind of get a gauge on how y'all feel about certain issues. So the first question, right? Do you think that
we
racism
are
is
Republicans when you ask these questions, Rod. I already know what you're trying to
no,
do.
no. No, these are straight up legitimate questions. So the first one is, do you think that racism hovers over your daily life?
Do I think that racism hovers over my daily life?
Right, like when you go outside, do you be like, oh man, I mean, I don't feel like dealing with this white man today. Like, do you have those type of thoughts, or you just live your life and don't even think about none of that shit?
You don't think about it till it's thrown in your face. So
So
I've seen racist shit, especially since I've been downtown.
so how is it thrown into your face though?
I could have a white person just give me a look like, ugh, this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but that's not racism though.
no, it's racist if a white person come in and I say, hey, good morning, and they don't speak.
That's not racism.
What is it?
It's being rude.
That's bigotry.
That's
That's probably bigotry. Like racism is when someone kind of like inhibits your ability financially. That's
No, but
racism.
that's kind of limiting.
dude, that's limited, nigga. I can
Racism is
tell you
when
can tell who
somebody
racist or a bigot.
racism is when someone treats you as less of a person because of your skin color
Exactly.
or because of your race. Yeah, it had nothing to
Exactly.
do with financially. It could be y'all could both be broke in Walmart and they tell you get out of line, nigga, are you black? That's racism. But y'all both in Walmart, so they got nothing to do with financial.
I mean,
So do you think?
I'm not worried about the toothless cashier who may be rude to me. I'm not worried about that.
So which one would
But
impact?
if they
You
race,
don't think
but
you would
if
react negatively?
if you say that and you know that they're racist, that's racism, though, correct?
I,
You
I would
just choose not. You
I
just
would
choose not to deal with the shit.
I would consider them being bigots, but like they have no economic power over me. So
Okay.
that's how I view racism.
All right, well,
So
to answer your
so
question
pertaining to the
specifically,
question, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I don't necessarily feel like when I get up to go to work or anything like that. That's not something I think about.
Okay, all right.
I think I'm in a situation where I kind of more so dictate what's going to happen in my day. That doesn't mean doesn't exist around me. It just means right now I'm in a place where it doesn't affect me.
Okay. Okay, so for this question, Phil is a Republican, and Eric, you're more of a Democrat because you just think that people downtown's out to get you and they don't like you because you're a
You
black
well,
man.
first off, motherfucker, you don't work downtown, and I'm pretty sure the motherfuckers in the rural call you nigga too. You just don't know it. Racism is out here. Like I said, as if like Phil said, if he focus on this, he don't see the outside bullshit. But
Right.
Phil knows the shit is out there.
Yeah,
You should you
it's
you crazy if you think, nigga, we helped you move the first day at your crib on 103rd. Them people called your fucking neighbors, your neighbors. called the fucking police because Nelly had this much bumping in their driveway.
Yeah, I would consider that racism. Do you know why?
That's racism, right?
Right.
Neighbors
Those
was right.
fucking neighbors are racist. I don't care how long you've been over there.
Now, no, the reason why I would consider that racism is because he injected the state to like intervene on his behalf. That's racism.
Okay, so it exists, correct?
I
That
never
was
said
just
it
the regular
didn't.
day.
I never
Huh?
said it didn't. I never said
I
it
don't
didn't.
see how you
So
could.
right, that shows that you're a Republican because you know
I
it's
don't think
out
I don't
there
see how
and you
you
with the
could
bullshit.
discern.
You okay, bad?
I never
I
said I was a Republican.
If
Rob,
you're not okay, bad, then you know it's racism in there. That debutes your question. That means you know it's out there. You choose not to deal with the shit. But if you
I
know
would
it's out
say
there,
that it's not hovering over my daily life.
But
That's
see,
how I would
Rob, this
answer it.
is what I'm saying. Racism has nothing to do with a Democrat or Republican.
No,
It
it's
has
just that
nothing to
like
do with being.
it's
How can you say I'm a Republican because of my answer? That
no
doesn't make
because
sense.
like no because like Democrats they have this victim mentality. They just think that people are out there to get them. Republicans are like, oh, okay, it's racism out there, but I just hope that it doesn't affect me.
I never
no,
said
that's stupid.
it.
The fuck are you talking about? I just hope so. Every day you gotta
with
roll the
that.
dice. I hope you don't feel the racism for that day.
I mean, no
It's
one wants to
hovering
go
over
through.
everybody, man.
I mean,
All
I
of the
don't think
time it's
about it.
talking about.
I don't think about it. I don't worry about it.
But Mister, just because
So
you
you
don't
don't think
do
you can be a
shit, don't mean
Democrat
the
because
world think
I'm
like
worried
that.
about racism?
Oh, say that again, Phil.
So you think my answer is Republican because I don't think about racism every day? That don't even
It
make
just
sense.
no, I'm saying you don't have this victim mentality about it. But Eric sound
So
like
you're
he
saying no
has a victim.
Democrats can have? You saying a Democrat can't have has to have a victim mentality? That's not being.
Yeah.
That's not demo. That's not what a Democrat is. That's a Republican's
That
view of what Democrats are.
Exactly.
now that's the profile of a
No, it's not.
that's a
No, hey,
profile of a black Democrat.
he got these
That's
questions off
racist.
Fox News.
Racist
I
in itself,
promise you.
bro.
I promise you, man. I made up these questions from
No,
the
you
top of the
did.
dome.
If you made them up,
Yeah,
then how the
you
fuck
did.
you know if you're Republican or Democrat? If
Hold
you
on.
made them
First
up,
of all,
how the fuck can you go Republican or Democrat?
he he said he profiling us.
That's all he's doing.
That's
It's
racist.
your profile.
Hey, these are my questions. I didn't get it from nowhere else. So
But
I'm
you're
just using.
profiling us, then. This is just your opinion of what the fuck you think we are.
Right, of course.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm having fun with
Second
it.
question.
You
Second
get
question.
so emotional over it. All right. Second question. What is y'all take on abortion? Are y'all pro life or pro choice?
I'm pro-choice. So I know I'm a Democrat now. Because Republicans are pro-life. See, motherfucker, you. Dude.
All right, Phil, what are you?
What am I?
Yeah.
Pro-life or pro-choice?
I'm leaning. I'm pro-choice. I would say I'm pro-choice.
Okay, y'all some Democrats. Okay. All right, third question.
Okay.
So you pro-life? So you're pro-life, right?
I'm pro life.
So if a brother raped his sister.
No, wait, I don't want to get
No.
exceptions.
You're pro-life.
I don't want to talk about the exceptions.
No. You're pro-life. So if a brother raped
Wait.
his
There's
sister.
no such thing as an exception in someone's life.
You
There's
said
no
what?
such thing as an exception in someone's life.
Right.
I
Ain't no
mean,
exception. You
If
say
it
you pro-life,
happens,
period.
it's not
I'm saying when it
an
comes to the probability or the stats on abortions today are used as contraception. That's what it's used for.
I don't disagree with you on that. When you think about it from a global standpoint of how it affects our community, we should be more pro-life. But when you have to
That's why I'm
take into
taking that stand.
consideration, okay, then that's kind of why I struggle with the answer, because in some ways we should be pro-life as a people, and I'm speaking on more Black people, as our community shrinks. But at the same time, you're talking about an issue that, Rob, you absolutely have no control over. If you expect to have control over yourself as a person, then you can't expect someone else to not have that same right. So if
I was like, go ahead.
huh?
Go.
So I mean, if you, for example, if you show up to a hospital with a bullet wound, right, and they say they can't treat you because they don't know how the bullet got in you, then it's not fair if the next person who comes into that hospital with a bullet wound, they save that person's life because they know it was an accident. That's the exact same thing as an abortion, or taking that right away from somebody simply because you know the circumstances. That's what you're saying is an exception. Your knowledge of the circumstances. That's why it's not fair to do that. If you're really pro-life, then you're going to prolong life in whatever situation it is, and regardless of whether or not your life, is your choice to do that.
I mean, I understand what you're getting at, but I mean, just at face value, I just needed to know whether y'all are pro-life or pro-choice. I mean, y'all trying to name all these exceptions, and in
No,
this
because
situation, what if this happened, and in that situation, what if this and that happened? No. I just wanted to know, just off face value, off a two-dimensional way of thinking, are you pro-life or pro-choice? That's all I ask.
But it's not a two-dimensional issue, Rob. Just so you say
Of
there'll be
course, there's
circumstances
nuances
where I
to
am
it.
pro-life.
It's nuances to everything in life, but I just needed to know if y'all pro life or pro choice. That's all.
well, I'm pro-choice. Go ahead.
Okay, and Phil, you are pro choice, right?
I'm pro and mind my own business.
Okay. I Are y'all Second Amendment advocates?
Second
Wait a minute,
Amendment.
which one?
The right to bear arms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, y'all. Phil, you are a 40-plus-year-old man, and you don't know what the Second Amendment is?
He don't remember it, motherfucker.
Uh,
We don't.
freedom of speech, the right to bear
It's the
arms.
right to
Yeah,
bear
yeah.
arms.
Freedom of
There's
speech is
some.
the First Amendment.
I know that's why I said it in order. Anyway,
Oh.
am I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just have to. It's one of those things you got to run down from the top. Am I the right to bear arms? Am I pro the right to bear arms? Yeah.
Okay, so y'all some Republicans then. Okay, all right.
Okay. Next question. We. That's what. See, all it's gonna show is that we Republican and Democrat with different issues. That's why we don't. I'm like you say, independent. We're independent because I'm
Right.
not
What?
voting for just one. I'm not all blue, or I ain't all red.
Right.
Come on,
Right.
next
Okay.
question.
So are you pro black or pro people?
Or pro what?
Pro people.
Pro people.
Black are people. I'm pro black.
I'm
Fuck
pro
that.
people.
No, actually,
I think Phil froze.
Yeah, Phil froze. Okay. Okay. Then Eric, you took the Republican position.
I'm
Sound
not.
like Phil is taking a Democrat
Damn.
position.
You said what, Mister?
It sounds like you're taking the Republican angle and Phil is taking the Democratic angle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Are
What y'all talking
y'all
about? What I missed?
The pro black, pro people. You pro black. I'm pro people.
No, I said I'm pro people. Well, I think I froze. My screen froze.
okay, cool. All right, both of y'all pro people. Okay. And y'all are Republicans then. All right. Do y'all believe in the notion of defunding the police?
No.
Uh, I would say yeah. but not for the reasons that most people would cite them being defunded. I just think there's a lot of money wasted, to be honest with
Good
Yeah,
one.
I would say instead of saying defund the police, I would say demilitarize the police. And whatever extra money that they're going to get, especially from the federal level, it should be going
you. I don't think the
towards like
police are
retraining
militarized.
them. Oh, they are very militarized.
I don't think the police are militarized. I think if they were more militarized, they
They
would
are.
probably behave more properly in the public.
They would behave. I mean, no, like the way that they execute like these no knock warrants. That's like a military siege. As far as doing these no knock warrants. I mean, some states actually just outlawed that because it was kind of like giving their police force bad press. And to me, it's just a one of those laws of which it kind of makes no sense because like more people own guns, and if you're gonna just barge into someone's house unannounced, people thinking that okay, someone's trying to break in. My first instinct is to grab my weapon and see what the commotion's all about. But
Right.
if you shoot a cop, then obviously you'll be reprimanded over that more than them just barging into your house and hopefully they even into the right house because a lot of these no knock warrants they in the wrong goddamn house for whatever reason.
Hmm.
So all right, seems like that was kind of a no brainer. Do y'all believe in free speech?
Yeah.
Do I believe in free speech?
Do you think speech should be suppressed or do you think that we should have our free speech?
Free speech.
Yeah, free speech, I guess.
Okay, do y'all believe that there is a gender pay gap?
Um, Honestly, they say it is. So yeah,
No, no, no. What do you think? I don't
I
want to
don't.
hear.
Probably. I mean, through all the information that I get, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not a woman. I don't fucking know how much shit everybody get paid equally at the post office, but in corporate jobs, I know women that doing the same job as a guy that, or doing more, and she get paid. She's not getting paid as much as he is.
That's illegal.
Yeah, yeah,
So, so
exactly, motherfucker. Yeah, yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. How is that illegal? Who said that was illegal?
that's the Lilly Ledbetter Act that Obama has signed that made it illegal for like companies to like discriminate based on pay.
That's not discrimination. It's not discriminate to pay somebody less than others because of their gender.
Right. No,
Wait,
but
well,
but that's my point. Like, yeah, these months it's happening.
oh,
If
okay,
So
you can,
Phil,
if
Phil,
you can
what is your answer?
identify, you have to be able to identify that as the factor that determines that the pay is different.
Right, under that circumstance,
That's
if that's
almost
correct,
impossible to do. That was a waste of
right,
a law. That was a fabric law. It just lays on top of laws to make shit look good.
right,
right,
but it
that
happens every
law
day, right, Phil?
that law like
Yeah,
existed from like the Civil Rights Act of 1964. I mean, it's been in the books for a while, but they just kind of put some window dressing over it back in what
yeah,
2008.
yeah.
So
It's just a polish. It's a new nail polish. That's all it is.
How you feel
okay,
about it, Robert?
I don't believe in a gender pay gap. I didn't get Phil's answer.
You don't believe it's a pay gap?
No, it's not. No.
Rob, your answer, what you're considering the pay gap, is not what they're considering the pay gap.
Thank you.
I'm saying what is
You're
there to
taking to
consider?
you're likely taking into consideration all of the jobs that women don't do typically to create this pay gap.
The way that they computed the numbers, they pretty much kind of like added all the jobs just like full time, no matter the profession. Then they came up with this artificial number that women are paid 77 cents on a dollar to a man.
Right, but
Which,
and you're taking into consideration all of the jobs that women don't typically commonly do, being high paying jobs, forcing their percentage to go down.
yeah, but when you say that, you make it seem like that's the man's fault.
Yeah, but when you use that as the frameworks of your argument, you're using it to say it's the woman's fault.
It's the woman's fault that she's not
That
putting herself in a position to like work the same type of job that men do.
right. See, you're blaming the woman where you're saying that we shouldn't blame the men. That has nothing. One doesn't have anything to do with the other. The fact is there a gender
I'm saying
gap
I would
in
blame
the
them because they're
same
complaining about
position?
it.
Is there a gender gap in the same positions
Right,
But
that
Mister,
men
you
and
okay?
women both work?
right.
So if you
That's
saying that
the
they are,
question.
Miss, hey Miss, if
Okay,
Yes,
you
right.
saying
there
that
is a gender gap.
you, Mister, you
Typically,
saying it's
women
not.
will make less money than men in the same job.
Yes, they do.
Can you give me an example?
No, nigga, it's commercial. I just saw
Yes,
a commercial the other
I
day
can give you an
about
example.
dude. I just saw a commercial the other day. I swear, guys, it was a guy and a girl talking about the jobs they make with the do what they do, and then he walked when they took the in between board off. He said, "And I make so probably $20,000 more than she make a year."
So who sponsored that commercial?
Probably the
No, no,
women.
no, no, no. Don't do that. You trying to change the point. You're not referencing his factual information. You're trying to change the context.
Right.
I'm saying I still don't have context on what he just explained. Okay, so like, what type of company are they working at? Are they in a private sector or are they in a public sector?
What's the
Like, give
difference?
give give me
Why?
some more
What would be the
information.
difference if the bitch doing the same shit the nigga doing?
I'm saying it actually matters if they're in the private or the public sector. It definitely matters.
Why does it matter?
Okay, here's
Because
here's an example.
in a public
I,
sector, the pay is pretty much like set in stone. It's already established. When it comes to the private sector, that's when it gets tricky. Your work history, your education, certifications, like a lot of stuff factors in why
None of that
certain
matters.
people get paid more than others.
None of that matters in the
What
private
if they
sector.
both? What if they are both
The only thing
qualified for
that
the
matters in
job?
the private sector, Rob, is who likes you. That's it. That's the only thing that matters. Don't nobody care about your certifications, your degrees. None of that matters. The only thing that matters in the private sector is if I like you and if you're and if you're valuable to the company. And from that, you're selling yourself on how much value you add to the company. That
Okay,
has
so
nothing to
I
do.
still want to hear
Now,
your example.
okay, I can't give out employee information. Let me see. Okay, here's an example. I know a woman in the U.S. government who's I think it's GS 14.
Okay. Okay, so she in the public sector. Okay, this is my wheelhouse. So I want to hear this bullshit. So go ahead.
Okay. I also know a man who is in the business, in that sector, who is GS 14.
Okay, the man is a 14 and a woman is what? A
A
14 as well?
14 also.
Okay, all right.
Yes. Her role is carries significantly more responsibility than his role.
That could be subjective. Okay, go ahead.
No, it's not subjective. It
That could be
can't be
subjective.
subjective.
It,
It
it, it
cannot
can
be
be.
subjective. It's not. I promise you it's not. I'm telling you it's not. It's not subjective. Because
Okay, go
I've had
ahead. All right, go ahead.
But Mister,
and
you don't even
he
know these
makes
motherfuckers. How you gonna
he
say it's
right. He
subjective?
still makes significantly more money than she does.
How much? How much more?
Some people's salary more.
No, I'm
A,
saying
sal-
like it's
a small salary more.
okay. So like for example, is she making 150 and he's making 200? Are you talking about like that?
Yeah, that's about right. That's about right.
So what about their time of
She's
service? Is
been
it
there longer. She's been in the business longer than
okay?
he has.
Okay.
Has significantly more responsibilities that are widespread, not across just one organization within what she does. And he has one role.
Okay. Does she have kids?
They're all adults.
So while she was rising up the ranks in her GS scale, was she having kids at the time?
No.
So she had no kids from the time she was a GS1 up to 14. She had no additional kids. Like she had no life events that would
I'm
like
trying to
allow
think if she
her
has.
to like take time off of work.
Why
You
would
know what?
that matter,
I'm
Rob?
gonna say I don't know that to be a factor now. I'm not 100% sure.
Rob, what
But
would that
her
matter for?
tenure, but she's never had any significant time away from the job.
Okay. Per your
And even
example,
if she did, in order for her to take that time, it's approved time. So you can't disqualify somebody from them having a life event. That would be that would fall under the law you talking about.
no, like when it comes to when women make lifestyle choices in which they would take time away from work, yes, you're definitely right. That shouldn't disqualify them from like getting some type of promotion opportunities, raises or whatever. But my whole thing is men and women, they may make different type of money, but they may make the same rate, but as far as how much they earn, I'm talking about how much they earn. They may earn
Well, you
differently.
you can't. Okay, then you can't really. Then that's all subjective though. How much somebody earns, that's all. That's 100% subjective. You don't know how much effort it actually takes for that person to provide the workload. It may be a lot harder for one person to earn the same amount of money as it does another person because for the other person that work is effortless.
Okay, so if this is so much of a grievance, how come she hasn't had a class action lawsuit against her company?
Because in the time in the day and age that she came up, you're talking about a black person undergoing a great deal of scrutiny. And whereas in that type of business, in that sector, you can't do anything that would have people's view of you show you as being weak. And under those types of pressures, a lot of people just choose not to, come out and express themselves in that way because they know of the backlash and I mean it's a government position, so people in the government typically don't want to go over anybody's head. It's protocols that have to be followed, and in a lot of cases, if they even do that, they get backlash, they get bumped further down. You know what I'm saying? They end up losing whatever credibility they have. And so, yeah, I mean, in those positions, women are typically timid, and most people are timid, not just women, but in those situations where people are timid and don't want to, what I'm saying, put themselves out there. They just rather keep their head low and keep working.
I could see that in the private sector as far as people getting blackballed, but when it comes to working for the government, I don't think that's the case. Like if
Really?
yeah, if there
Are
was an
you
actual
crazy?
if there was an actual grievance working for the U.S. government, the government would do everything in their power to like rectify that situation and make sure that that person doesn't get any type of backlash or bullying. That
Right.
person will be protected.
Are you crazy?
I'm not crazy.
So
We
for that
get
military, that guy in the military who had raped all them kids and them girls and stuff, and the government ended up putting him in another job where he was managing another a whole nother group of people and continued to abuse his own children in his own house. You're trying to say that the government, because it's the government, they're going to act swiftly to get rid of people?
boy.
That government don't give a shit about nobody.
First of all, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Like,
Okay,
what are you
I'm
talking
sorry.
about?
This story came into my ear the other day, and I
Okay.
didn't really get a full grasp of it. But is a person who was in the military, and I believe it was on the news where I heard it. It had to be. I wouldn't have been paying attention. And he was like I don't know. He was in the military. He had I don't know, stripes, corporal, colonel, whatever he was, he was.
Well, wait.
And he had
A corporal and a colonel is two
I don't
different
know.
things.
He was a person of rank. That's what I was trying to establish. He was a
Okay.
person of rank,
All right.
and he had adopted children who had he had abused over a period of time. And they had reported this, but no action was taken. And so it came out that he was also abusing other people for whom he was responsible in the military. And this had been going on for a great number of years before the military did anything. And it wasn't until the kids who were affected finally, after many years, got a hold of somebody who listened to their story and yada yada yada, and it's all unfolded. But I mean, these are stories that have happened over and over and over again in the military, Rob. How could you say that the government is going to act swiftly on anything?
Well, as far as when it comes to sexual assault, I mean, yes, I would expect that the government would like definitely try to get that person reprimanded
as I understand it,
and not keeping them around just to kind of save their job. I mean,
as I
if it's a colonel
in the military, they've consistently downplayed women's cries about sexual harassment for years. And it's only in the last maybe 5 years that it's become popular, or evident, or even newsworthy where something's being done about it. So
well,
I don't know.
I don't have the stats in front of me. I don't have the stats in front of me, but just to like talk about some anecdotal situation. Like when I was in the military, a sergeant was accused of something, and he was court-martialed, and he was sent to the brig. I mean, this guy was literally on his way out the military, and he literally lost everything overnight. So, like, in that
do you think
the military has served him justice?
Well, I don't know the story, and I'm sure you don't know all of the details either. But do you know to what degree or how long he had been doing whatever it was that caused him to, at this point, finally be dismissed in the way he was?
The way I understood the story,
right? Eric said Adam or something.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Yeah, we didn't talk him out of the conversation.
Dude,
but anyway, what are we doing with any of this, man? Because this shit getting too serious.
No, I added y'all. I've been listening to everything, but it kept saying I'm backstage.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My bad.
Yeah, right.
Everything. I was trying to get.
Rob had you locked out for a minute.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go ahead and finish a couple. Actually, I'm not even gonna name all of them because I mean, from the whole conversation, from this whole topic, I mean, y'all kind of 50-50 in general. I mean, I'm kind of 50-50, so I was just kind of trying to see what was y'all political leanings were. I mean, I'm not 100% Democrat, not 100% Republican. I'm just an independent guy. So, but
yeah.
But y'all give me shit about how y'all think that I'm a Republican. And Eric, you was a Republican back in the 90s.
I voted Republican back sometime. That don't mean that I'm a Republican.
I'm saying, but you gave me shit about it now, and when which you was back then.
I mean, I just be fucking with you. I ain't like, you know what I'm saying. I know your views. You got some
pretty fucked up
views on certain shit, but I know that deep down, nigga, you 50-50 as well.
Oh yeah, I'm liberal some things and I'm conservative on other things. I mean, I think I'm level headed.
Yeah. The thing is with me is like, I would probably say I lean more Republican than I do Democrat. And it's because of, to me, it's poor marketing on their behalf, to be honest with you. They allow all of these stupid ass people to come out to represent them, and they just think that shit is okay. And that really gives them a bad name. Like Fox News, that shit is all a money grab. Them damn people don't believe half the shit that they be having on air. And they know that they know that they trigger a large mass population of people who don't think, and they sway them in a certain direction. Now, I honestly don't believe most of the Republicans who come out and say most of the dumb shit that they say on TV actually believe what they believe. If they do, then that's really sad. But I don't think that the conservative views that if you go through and and look at things conservatively, you know what I'm saying, as far as money spending, don't nobody think that our government spends money wisely. Nobody thinks that, right? You know what I'm saying? Most people will believe that we should be funding our military and that our military should be supported. I believe that. But again, the government is not fiscally responsible. You putting billions and billions of dollars into a military where we're what 10 or 20 times more stronger than any other government from a defense standpoint. Like, why the fuck we still putting money into it? That's
Yeah,
not fiscally responsible. That's a conservative loop. That's a
But
conservative
see, I think,
uh,
but Phil, I,
backfold kind of thing. Like,
but Phil, I think like I do think China, and some of the motherfucking countries be trying to get at us one day. I think I do believe in the just keep the motherfucking our defense system up and shit like that. Cause everybody look, no matter how long we stay, the number one, what you say, Army, Navy, Marine, motherfuckers, somebody gonna try you, G. And that's
yeah,
yeah,
I
why I
mean, I
think,
get that,
and that's why I totally
but
agree
what
to
I'm
still
saying
put
though,
money. I still agree to put money in our defenses and our army. I mean, it's just, I mean, like they say, people could go cyber with shit. We just gotta be on our P's and Q's, and no matter how much it costs, still to protect this country.
yeah. But
see,
like the last number that I have seen as far as like the U.S. military budget, it kind of dwarfs like the next, I think, 35 countries combined.
and then right, you talking about having more money invested in the military than a lot of these countries have invested in their own countries, nigga. That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking.
Yeah,
Mister,
So
you was in the
if we
Marines though,
took
right?
if we took a year off from putting money in the military, nigga, we'd still be 50 years ahead of most other countries in the world. So
we
you talk
shouldn't.
about all of the things that could be done across this own nation. We could put the military funding on hold for a year, and everybody in this fucking country will be fed and have a house over their head. That's how much
Yeah,
I,
money we spend on military defense.
I understand that too, y'all. I do. I understand that too.
yeah, and plus like the military, they have to spend that money because for like the next fiscal year, if whatever that they leave off the table, then for the next budget, they're gonna get like that less money. So that's why they constantly spend and spend
Yeah.
because the federal government
Right,
keep giving it to them.
right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. From a conservative standpoint, it doesn't make sense how we spend money, even though we want to support the military, and we're financially irresponsibly spending money on our own military. It's a conundrum. But I mean, there are a lot of things that I think, from a conservative standpoint, make more sense. But because Republicans allow themselves to have these, you know what it is they feel the need to separate themselves so much from Democrats that they look like clowns, and Democrats on the other end who are extremely liberal because they want to separate themselves so much from Republicans, they look like clowns. So
Uh,
it's like, whose clown is the funniest? That's really what the game is.
I mean, it's all WWE politics. I mean, they all go to the
Yeah,
same cocktail parties. They all go to the same country clubs. I mean, it's one big fat club, and for us regular folks, we just not allowed in it. That's a George Carlin
yeah.
joke back in the
We
'90s.
back
all
in the
we
day.
all we all think they hate each other. As soon as the doors close, they all drinking and partying and having fun and at our expense.
At our expense.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So,
Hey man, I
y'all.
gotta get up out of here. Y'all, Mister, you gotta put an asterisk by this one today. To me, honestly, I feel like this one of our strongest conversations. For real, y'all.
Yeah, I
For
appreciate it
sure,
though,
for
man. I
sure.
mean, I appreciate the pushback. I mean, I don't mind getting questioned. I mean, it kind of forces me to kind
Shit,
of
you
rethink on some issues. But yeah, but
he saying
y'all never
pushback, but shit,
y'all
I
never
agree with a
swayed
lot
me
of
on
shit you
anything.
say too, G. I do.
Yeah, it seems like the gender pay gap was like the most controversial topic that we just can't see eye to eye on. I mean, I don't think that we will ever have some type of agreement on that because I totally disagree that there is a actual pay gap.
You also disagree that alopecia is a disease that women could.
That
I'm
they
saying
supposed to deal with.
I'm saying, but y'all treat it like it's stage 4 cancer.
Nah, but
The way y'all
to
talk
to,
about it.
some- most women, a lot of women, it is. I mean, it's if you know for your hair and it's
Just
gone, Jesus.
just put on a freaking wig. I mean they wear
I
the
mean,
shit all
they
the
got
time
ways to
anyway.
cover it, but it's not their hair, bro.
Yeah, but they not wearing their hair anyway.
I guess, man.
They making those
All
Koreans
right,
rich.
man.
The hair
Right.
So
industry is
what's
a
up,
it's a
man?
billion
All
dollar
right,
industry.
so yeah, about yeah, couple weeks, man. Y'all gonna be out here. Y'all still ain't got nowhere to stay.
Shit, we can always find
What's
somewhere to
up?
stay. Like I had told
No,
Miss,
you
I like
can't
to go
always
to.
find nowhere to stay out here, bro. You can't always find nowhere to stay out here. I'm telling you that now.
But
It's
we'll get
If
hey,
on it. We'll look
y'all
for
don't
somewhere.
find somewhere to stay, y'all ain't gonna have nowhere to stay.
No, we'll
come on,
Mister.
Phil.
We'll find somewhere to
It's
stay.
so
Right, we'll
many.
have
It's
somewhere
an
to stay.
abundance of places. It's
Right.
an
Look,
abundance.
Hey, look, Mister. We'll find somewhere
look.
to stay, even if it's in Vegas, motherfucker.
Now, I mean, if y'all okay with staying at Bucky's prostitute lounge hotel,
I, I,
then
I
that's
don't know.
fine.
I wouldn't complain about that. It's like Mister. There's always somewhere to stay.
Okay, long as y'all know, y'all just be
All
prepared to take them bed bugs home, nigga.
right, nigga. All right, sign us out, Miss.
All right, y'all. Cornerstone Podcast, episode 63. Subscribe, like, comment, share the content, and we'll see y'all next week.
Next week,
For
niggas.
sure.
All right, y'all. See ya.
Peace.